I definitely had fatigue in the beginning. Actually, most of the pregnancy, but mostly in the beginning. First trimester was the most tired I've ever been in my life. And just feeling like, it was hard to get out of bed. It was hard to do most anything. Standing up and walking was hard. I got very winded very easily. So when I was about 24 weeks pregnant, it was actually the day before Christmas Eve. It was the first time that I was taken by ambulance from the dialysis clinic for high blood pressure. I was brought to the hospital where I would eventually deliver. And the night that I was going to be discharged, my high-risk maternal fetal medicine doctor came in to see me, and I thought she was going to discharge me, but instead she told me that I wasn't going anywhere and that they had done some blood work, and basically they had found out that I had developed something called HELP syndrome, which is basically severe preeclampsia that starts to affect your organs. And my liver enzymes were starting to elevate to the point where my liver would eventually fail if I did not deliver the baby. I was telling my social worker that I really couldn't cook, and so she mentioned to me Project Angel Heart. I am visually impaired, and so my visual impairment makes it hard for me to use an oven that doesn't have raised bumps or buttons. It's very hard for me to use the stove because we have an electric stove and I'm not able to feel where the burners are. And so cooking for me is a challenge anyway. A lot of times too, I would just heat up microwave meals that probably weren't the best for my kidney health. But I was pregnant, I was tired, and I needed to just get something in my belly quickly. And so I would heat up things quickly for my daughter and I and just kind of eat whatever we had in the fridge at that point. When my social worker told me that I would start receiving meals to my door once a week, I was extremely blessed. I felt like a huge weight be lifted off of me, especially when they told me that I can also get meals for my daughter. Project Angel Heart meals are extremely helpful for our family. Now that my son is in the NICU, we are basically at the hospital most of our day. We are barely home. So it's very helpful when we come home and we know that we can just pull a meal out of the freezer or the fridge and just heat it up and it's ready to go, and it is really good and healthy. I want people to know about Project Angel Heart, that they are so generous and they are just such a blessing. I also love that they provide meals for our children because I think that's just such an amazing thing.